Hi, my name is Alan Hubbard, and I'm a freshman student here at Clemson University. And this is my blog assignment for my new student dialogue. And the one that I chose to go to was Second Happiest Campus Mental Health at Clemson. And it basically talked about a bunch of different mental um, disorders and perceptions that all students, well, most students have about people who have problems. So we started out, we went in there and sort of sat in a circle, and we got these charts. I actually have one right here. Um, there's these identity wheels, and we had to we went through and we defined our ethnicity, our socioeconomic class, gender, sexual orientation, age, national origin, first language, any physical, emotional, or developmental disabilities, religion or spiritual affiliation, and race. And we were supposed to rank each of those depending on how important they were to us specifically as students. And we got together in small groups of three and sort of discussed each other, sort of broke the awkwardness barrier and got to know each other a little bit better. Um, and from there, we were divided into groups again, but this time we were each given a, um, a mental disorder to sort of analyze and think about. And so the different disorders were like post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, OCD, ADHD, social anxiety, schizophrenia, and the one that my group had was eating disorders. So we covered basically anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating. And so we all had to read some information about each disorder and sort of discuss. Well, sorry, have a dialogue. They made us. They made before we even started. We got a sheet talking about the differences between debate, discussion, and dialogue. And so they wanted to let us know that this was a dialogue. We're supposed to learn from each other, which is in fact what we did. But so we went together and had a dialogue regarding these eating disorders, these mental health issues, and we were supposed to draw. We all had whiteboards, and we were supposed to draw an adaptation of what we thought someone with whatever disorder we were given, someone like that would look like. So in our case, we had to draw what would someone with an eating disorder look like, and so people drew pretty stereotypical images. Like for post-traumatic stress disorder, they had a U.S. soldier, bloodshot eyes, very depressed about what he had seen and not being able to get over it. And for depression, a sad person, and it's just very stereotypical, like social anxiety. Someone, they drew someone away from a group of people, just not wanting to participate at all. But what our leader, what the advisor, or I guess the person who was instructing the new student dialogue altogether, wanted us to get at was that no matter what, you know, disorder, if someone has a mental disorder or a problem, they they're still human, like they're still a person. And he said what we all should have drawn. He knew, I mean, it wasn't really obvious, but what he said we should have drawn was just everyone should have just been a stick figure or just a normal person, because we're all just normal people regardless of whether or not you have a mental disorder or not. And so we wrapped up by watching a video in our classroom, and it was basically talking about how mental disorders are just as serious as a physical problem. They the argument they made is, well, if you break your leg, you instantly go to the doctor, to get it fixed. But if you're just sad for no reason for long periods of time, it's not something that people are likely to talk about as much. It's not, people don't really conceive it as an actual problem. They think it's just, oh, it's just all in your head, when that's not the case. And so they just said, if you know somebody who has a problem, or if you have a problem, feel free to talk to anybody. And we're basically just trying to, you know, let us feel, welcome and easy to talk to each other, and just make our lives, how to make our lives, more effective, whether or not you have a mental disorder. You can still live a functional life. And I think, at the end of it all, we just learn, we're all human, we're all individuals, we're all different, we have different views. And uh, under a peaceful environment that we were in, we can talk about our differences, we can, get through problems that we may have. And regardless of anything that might affect you in life, you can still be a positive, prosperous human being, and you can still, make something of yourself. And I feel that that's what the dialogue, really intended for us to realize. So I think that wraps it all about up. But thanks for watching.